And now to continue on, here's Deborah.
Thank you, Scott. So I get to introduce another amazing woman. Caroline Corey is an award-winning filmmaker. She's a futurist, a visionary author of best-selling books on the topics of conscious and energy medicine, topping the charts. And she also continues to lecture and coach internationally on various mind over matter subjects. And she's also a regular guest expert on shows. And her latest film is called Among Us and has won 9 film awards and 2 nominations at various film festivals. So thank you so much, Caroline, for coming on this amazing show that we have tonight and sharing your wisdom and viewpoint on this subject of the angelic realms and the unseen world.
Thanks so much for having me. Thanks so much, Scott, Deborah, Jan. This is so awesome. I love discovering everyone. I think it's the energies coming together that makes this show very, very special. So thanks for including me today. My latest film is actually Superhuman. Among Us is the one before this one. So it is very, very special. It's superhuman, the invisible made visible. How appropriate, right? To me, this film is the ultimate demonstration, even proof that we have powers beyond what we could even ever imagine. And it's kind of funny for me when we talk about miracles. I think we are so programmed to think that we are incapable of manifesting our reality the way we really wanted, that when it does happen, we call it a miracle. And I feel that we need to change that a little bit. We need to start feeling and saying and being the miracle, living the miracle as if it's our birthright, to manifest these things, to think and it happens. And so what I've done in this film, Superhuman, the invisible made visible, is not only talk about the power of our consciousness over our physical reality and our physical body, and how we can think and literally see things manifest. But I've been able to demonstrate on camera. I wanted to take it that extra step in a film format and show through scientific experiments live on camera how the mind, our consciousness can literally change the pH in water, for example, change the pattern of the DNA, the electricity going through our DNA. How what we call, for example, remote viewing, how does it really work? And so I took all of these psi phenomena that appear to be miraculous, that appear to be psychic or difficult to accomplish, and brought them on camera with a scientific setting. And so you will be able to see how we set up a scientific experiment, how we create a baseline, and then when we focus our consciousness, we see the measurable effect of the consciousness on that physical object or biological system. We've also demonstrated on camera telekinesis, how you're able to move an object with your mind, not only at close proximity, but even under a vacuum and also long distance. So this is, I think this is mind blowing, but not until you see the last part, which is absolutely crazy mind blowing. And if that is not a demonstration of miracle, I don't know what is. I encountered children a few years ago that were able to see completely blindfolded. And so, of course, I've investigated the phenomenon myself. I've tried it. In fact, I taught it myself. And it's it's unbelievable how you get to see firsthand that when you change your perception of the physical world, the interaction between consciousness and the physical world, you are able to literally see without your eyes. And even blind people are able to see again using these methodologies. And so in the movie, we take all kinds of people from all around the world, and we demonstrate again how they're doing it, how this is possible. So because of that, I feel this movie brings a lot of hope. It's not, we take it from speaking and thinking and theorizing to demonstrating and proving that this is possible. Our thought, our belief has a measurable effect on the physical world. And so I really urge everyone to watch the film. It's on Amazon Prime. So if you have the subscription, it's free. And even if you don't, it's such a small investment. It is packed with very powerful information. And speaking of vibration, it's not just intellectual, like Yuval was saying, it's not just intellectual scientific information. Because you get to witness people from different ages, different age group, different cultures, different background, religious background, doing these things, being these things, you kind of get empowered. And then that's exactly what happened when we were filming. The crew, for example, we would invite somebody who had never ever done telekinesis before, moving a physical object, and we would teach them, in 2 hours we would teach them how to do it. Now don't forget, we're making a film, so we have cameras, 6 cameras, we have lighting equipment, cables, all kinds of electromagnetic interference. It's really not the best setting to focus and concentrate and do something like that. And yet we were speaking of miracle and speaking of angels. What we would do before we shoot the film, I would set the energy of the space. I would ask everybody, the crew members, the camera people, whether they believed it or not. I would say, we need to create this space because we have to, we can't film this, over several days. We gotta have this manifest on camera when we want it. So we would do what I call a connecting to source meditation to help everybody kind of relax and quiet, let go of the human mind, focus. We bring in the angelic realm, and which is our connection to the higher vibration and to the source energy. And I'm telling you, as soon as we would shift to that place, things would happen spontaneously, so quickly. And so that's the reason why I feel very strongly about this film, to help us all. We're all saying and wanting the world to hear us, to say that we are capable of all these miracles. We are these miracles. And so I feel like this is finally a demonstration of everything we've been working towards.
Caroline, we've got the trailer, and I'm going to play it. Yeah. So,
awesome.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the trailer, then we'll talk to you right after.
Because the energy is all around us, you can communicate with all types of different things.
Well, what we do here is collect intelligence against foreign threats using a parapsychology discipline called remote viewing. We essentially wanted to invite you to become a psychic spy.
We know our own CIA had been experimenting in psychic tests and abilities.
The Israelis had an interest in it and may still. We know for a fact that the Russians were involved in this. We know for a fact that the Chinese were and are probably still involved.
Something's happening that's bigger than us.
Oh my gosh, this is blowing my mind. Like, this is insane.
We are pieces of consciousness playing avatars in a virtual reality game called This Physical World.
This is Captain Corey of the USS Red Recorder, leaving a message that may be detected in other universes.
The rain was tapping, and the windows and the wind was banging.
So we sort of come to this world, and I guess in our materialistic sense, we want to forget about vibrations. We just want to think of matter and stuff.
That's a whole unit. That's a large effect. The fact that you can change the acid-alkaline balance in water implies that you could change it in the body.
This is what this is about. Mind over matter.
Wow. That's really exciting, Caroline. Really exciting. Wow. All right. So how do people get the film?
Yeah, so they can watch it on Amazon Prime right now, but also they can go to superhumanfilm.com.
Superhumanfilm.com.
Yeah, www.superhumanfilm.com, and they can click on watch the film and they'll see all the other platforms as well. But Amazon Prime is great. And if you have seen the movie or if you will see the movie, I would love it also if you can, put a review, because that's how we get the mainstream. That's why I'm very excited about it being on Amazon, because it attracts all kinds of mainstream audiences that normally wouldn't be attracted or wouldn't find the film. And so if there is a review that, that will, that's positive, it would encourage the mainstream audience to also watch it. And for those who are skeptics, that is the website. For those who are skeptics or, have any sort of, maybe not this crowd, but whoever can say, yeah, we've seen this, or you're cheating or whatever. I have personally investigated these groups myself. I have done it myself, and I've taught it myself, and there is no cheating done whatsoever. I cannot speak for other groups, who, I don't know what they do. I can speak for the methodologies that I've done and investigated. In fact, we taught 2 classes online because of the situation. We couldn't do it in person. And the 2 series were with kids. After the first lesson, some of them after the second lesson, the kids were able to read. We have those videos on the website. So if people want to teach their children, they can now download the class and just, kind of learn. And I taught a class for adults also online, which is much harder. I'm kind of insisting on the online because normally you have to be there in person. It's very, very intense work. And online, it's kind of more harder usually. And adults are able to see colors after the first class, and some of them see everything by the end of the course. So it's pretty incredible. And also, we taught the class for remote viewing, telekinesis, spoon bending. All of that is also on the website, superhumanfilm.com.
Caroline, thank you so much. It's a lot to make a movie. I've done it, and I know it's an incredible feat. So thank you so much for bringing this incredibly important information to our world. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll stay in close touch with you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.